Hey, what's up, guys and gals? This is Ron K. Armstrong, filmmaker extraordinaire. And in this video, I want to talk about how to get a movie deal. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. So, how to get a movie deal. Before I talk about that, I want to take you back to the mid to late 90s. Now, during this time, you had a lot of independent filmmakers who were coming out and financing their own projects, self-financing through credit cards, second mortgage on their homes, borrowing money, begging. And they were able to shoot their ultra-low budget features, take it around to the film festivals, and create a type of bidding war where studios would bid for the distribution rights. Now, out of that era came people like Kevin Smith, Steven Soderbergh, Spike Lee, Michael Moore, Robert Townsend, and a whole host more filmmakers. And many of them were able to parlay that into a successful career in Hollywood. Now, why am I bringing that up? Because timing is everything. So flash forward to now, or cut to now, we have the COVID-19, which is the directive from the federal government is to stay home, don't go out, only essential businesses are to stay open. Now, what does that mean? That means it is the right time now for you to get your project out there and to get a deal. Why? Many of these studios have shut down their production departments and they are not distributing films to the theaters. No one's going to the theaters. No one's gathering in large groups. So now they're focusing more on streaming and they're focusing more on development. Again, they've shut down the production and distribution aspect. And now what they're focusing on is the streaming avenues and development. So that means that if you have a concept that there is a need and a want and desire for that concept, so it can go into the development phase and eventually to be green lit. Now, let me go back to that mid to late 90s so you can understand something. The reason why it was the right time for these independent filmmakers to make their ultra low budget films and get very lucrative deals like $1 million, 500,000, 750,000 for the distribution rights, and to parlay that in a career. The reason why that window of opportunity was open was because at that time, the A-list actors were demanding so much money per picture. You had your Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know what I mean, Sylvester Stallone. They were like 20 million a picture. So the studios were looking for an alternative to look at something that's less expensive to put out there. They needed product, and they were tired of paying those exorbitant fees to these actors. Now, right now, I want you to understand, as we flash forward again to right now, what you have is studios are losing money right now. One of them is Disney. Disney is losing about 30 million per day. And their outlets are not making as much money as they were prior to COVID-19. So what you're seeing is that Disney theme parks, cruise lines, streaming service, and their movies are all been postponed to 2021 or 2022. So the need now is for product. The need now is for your idea so they can put that into development while we're under this kind of lockdown, and work on honing the script, getting it ready, so when the self-imposed isolation is over, these movies can be then pushed into production and Hollywood can operate as normal. So all that said, this is the prime time right now for you to take your IP, intellectual property, your idea, and to get it to producers. Last point I'm going to make, and this is very important. Yes, there is a development boom that's happening. The door is open. But just because your project gets into development doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go into production. There is something what they call is development hell. That means it keeps turning over. It could be they put the project in development, assign 2 or 3 writers to do a rewrite, assign another writer to do a rewrite, and then turn the project down or shelve the project. So you have to be very careful of that. This is where you get into contracts like play or pay, things of that nature, but that's beyond the scope of this video. But what I want you to understand, the very important thing to take away from this video is timing. And right now, it is the perfect time to hit up producers, to go out there and start pitching your project. While COVID-19 is going on, and I think it's going to last at least another month to probably mid to late May. So if I were you, I would get out there and start hitting the pavement, knocking on producers' doors. Of course, many don't look at unsolicited material. There's ways around that, and I'll make a future video about that. So this is Ron K. Armstrong, filmmaker extraordinaire. Until our next video, keep making films.